porn stars, unsigned bands, pro wrestlers. You've come to the right place. The Jiggy Jaguar Experience. The Jiggy Jaguar Experience.
Good Lord. What a deal. Get a hold of us online over there at JiggyJaguar.com. That is Jiggy, JaguAR.com. Live each and every day, 2 Central, 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific, 1 p.m. Mountain Standard, and of course, each and every Sunday, we come to you on the mix on Tuesdays. And of course, 990 WBOB out there, Rhode Island of all places. We're going to be get around with porn stars a little bit later on, and we have got all sorts of different things happening. I had a guy get a hold of me the other day. I have got to get rid of all this nonsense. But we'll tell that story later. We are going to go live to our next guest, who is going to join us live here on our big program. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm Scott, and my band is Negative Tendencies. We're a 3-piece band, and I've been writing songs for a long time, and I'm the singer and songwriter, and I have 2 guys with me that I met online that many call the best living rhythm section. So
that is awesome.
It's the perfect backing for my stuff.
That is awesome. We have got Negative Tendencies with us today. They join us live here on our big broadcast. So how did Negative Tendencies get together?
Well, I knew these guys for a long time from online stuff. They were part of a big indie community called MP3.com.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I remember MP3.com.
Yeah. If you were an indie, you were probably on it. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
But I knew this one guy, and I was he was a drummer, and he's also a producer. He turned out to be. But I was going to do some work with him drumming for my songs, and he suggested we invite this other guy we know, who's the all-time guitar Swiss Army knife, known as Weapon X, who was in a somewhat
that is awesome.
A notorious punk band who got their album banned from Walmart. The band is called Social Spit, a punk band, and that's where he was from. And the 3 of us got together, and it just clicked really fast, because I had all these songs I've been saving up for a long time, my best ones, waiting to I could afford to go into a actual recording studio. But it's better yet in this case, because I can work with these guys, and Dave, the drummer, is a great producer, so it all came together.
That is awesome. We have got a great guest with us today, joins us live here on our big broadcast. So tell me a little bit about the whole situation with the name and how you guys got together, with this name and everything.
Well, the name came from, I was participating on an audiophile message board, and I would always take things in an odd direction, as I have a tendency to do, and I kept getting in trouble with the moderators there. They're really strict, and they told me, they finally concluded that they're going to ban me if I don't cease and desist from my negative tendencies. So that's where the name came from.
That is awesome. That is awesome. It is always just as simple as something like that.
It fit me to a T, kind of. So I just thought there's a band name if I ever get up a band, and then the band came together, and I ran it by them. They liked it. So, but some of the fans call us Neg 10 for short.
Okay, so how have you got the whole Neg 10 thing? Tell me about that.
Well, we started to finish our songs, and we made a video for every one. All the members of the band make videos. Our producer drummer Dave, he's the best at making videos. He uses a lot of old black and white footage that's public domain, and they
That's
have
awesome.
a nice following too. And we started making songs and videos, and we've been at it for about 4 or 5 years, and we picked up a following, mainly. So we have, like, right now we're going on 52,000 followers, which is not that easy to do if you're on social media to boost your followers, which we don't.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. They join us live. Negative Tendencies join us here on our big broadcast. So, what are some of your guys' goals as far as music and everything goes?
Well, we just want to make the best possible songs we can. We try to keep it pretty simple. We're into melodic lyrical music. Like, my main influence are the Beatles, Stones, Led Zeppelin, Neil Young, Pink Floyd, Nirvana, bands like that. And in this day and age, there isn't too much of a rock culture. It's kind of been usurped once the internet came around. The only thing people you occasionally hear about the Beatles and the Stones, but the only thing mainly people are talking about is, like, metal music and thrash and that kind of stuff. And they've kind of usurped the name rock from what I consider high quality rock. So it's kind of like the culture isn't really for us at this point. So we're just sort of swimming against the tide because it's people aren't going out and looking for new rock music these days unless they want the latest metal band. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. Negative Tendencies with us today. They join us live here on our big program. So how do we find you guys online, social media, websites, all these things?
Yeah. Well, we have 75 or so videos, so we're not hard to find. I was wondering, could you play one of our songs?
Well, that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to get to that. I want the folks to be able to find what you guys are doing online.
Okay, well, the best place to go is YouTube because that's sort of our base. I mean, we have songs on other sites. We have our albums on Bandcamp, but we mainly just want you to hear the songs.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to do this.
The best way to do that is on YouTube, and we have some pretty cool videos too.
We're going to do this since you since you jumped ahead in the interview, which I think is kind of badass. Tell me about Ding Dong Motherfucker. We're going to play that here in a few moments.
You want to hear the story on that?
Yes. Tell us all about it, man. Then we're going to go to the song.
Well, here's the story. We're really involved politically, okay?
Okay.
We're all libs, so to speak, okay? And I started to make these political songs. Most of our songs are non-political songs, but we ended up making like about 24 political songs.
Okay.
Which we put most of them on an album called Partisan: The Resistor Rock Chronicles,
Okay.
which is one of the great concept records of all time. If you happen to be interested in going up against the so-called Trump error, as I call it. But anyway, so in the last election, everybody thought Trump was going to win, and we didn't think Trump was going to win because we feel like the liberals have them outnumbered. Okay, so we prepared a song for when they announced Biden was the winner. And that's what the day we released. When that Saturday finally came, when they announced that he had gotten over the electoral votes, is when we released Ding Dong Motherfucker. And it actually is probably our most popular song, because anytime some sort of political event happens that contributes to the downfall of the right, it comes back out again and everybody's playing it. So
That is awesome. That is awesome. We are going to do this. We are going to place you on a brief hold here on telephone, and we are going to play Ding Dong Motherfucker. It is the Negative Tendencies, and it's here on your world famous Jiggy Jaguar experience.
Friends said to party like it's 1999. Eddie sang to party all the time. I just wanna celebrate another day of living. But baby, don't you know this day is sweeter than all the others? Ding dong, the witch is there. Witch, oh witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is there. Ding dong, you piece of shit. What we have here is the end of it. Bye bye, the
That is a hell of a song. It is Ding Dong Motherfucker by the Negative Tendencies. I just laughed the entire time that song was on. We are going to go back to the telephone. Negative Tendencies back with us here on our big program. You know what I loved about that video? Although you'd kind of disappointed me at the end of the video. But every time you got to the thing about, yeah, piece of shit or whatever, you would show photos of Trump. But yet at the end, you said that line again for the final time, and it was just a whole bunch of people dancing in a like a square somewhere. Why didn't you include the thing of Trump at the end, or did you have someone else make the video and that was their mistake?
Well, no, it was just the video was in two parts. It showed Trump a couple times earlier in the video.
Yeah.
But at the end, the emphasis, the song was about a celebration. So
well, yeah,
That's what the video.
I just thought it was funny that it seemed like every time you said the line, something about you piece of shit, you would always show Trump. And I just laughed my head off. And then at the end, when you got ready to wrap it up, and you made the comment about the piece of shit, I didn't see him, and I'm like, oh, they had me. The whole video, they had me. Then at the end, so. But I get what you were saying. The whole thing is at the end of the video. It's a celebration. All these things.
Yeah, well, if you like that song, you would like some of our other ones about Trump. The man who hugged the flag. That's
the man who hugged the flag. Well, okay, we'll play that one here in a little bit. The thing that I get in, obviously this is the music show, not the political show, but one of the things that I just find so amazing about the whole Trump thing is that these Republicans have all been conned by this guy.
Yeah.
Because
my theory about that is
yes. Let's go, because I just for instance, I get around I'll get around all sorts of different people who just can't stand the guy. And they'll be oh, Trump, he's a piece of crap, blah, blah. Republican this, Republican that. And I'm like, none of these people know anything about Trump's history in the fact that he was a Democrat before he became a Republican.
Oh, yeah,
and
all over the
he's realistically, I think what happened, and someday this will be proven out, I believe. But I think what happened through the whole thing is I think that they didn't really have a strong Republican to run against Hillary. And I've always thought that Hillary and Bill talked him into running as a way to torpedo the election so she would win. And then at some point, all these Republicans bought into Trump. And then everybody bought into some of his messages, because the original Donald Trump that ran for president the first time against Hillary, some of his messages people actually really agreed with the whole of, we need to end all the foreign wars and bring everybody home. We need to have goods made in America, all these things. But he didn't believe any of that horse shit. He was just doing it as a grift.
Yeah, he'll say obviously. But I think the thing that brought in a lot of people was that he's anti the immigrants.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I'll tell you, honestly, and that's another thing that I've always thought was so strange about the whole Republican Party. Like, for instance, we have a guy here in the state of Kansas named Chris Kobach. And
he's the guy with the who messes with the voting.
Yes. Well, Chris Kobach's thing, and I have for the longest time, and I'm starting to think maybe Trump might be this way too. Maybe not, but with Kobach, I think he believes he really, down to his core, believes all the bullshit that the Republicans tell the marks when they say, hey, we want to get rid of all the immigrants, we want to shut the border now, want to do this, we want to do that. And so Kobach's like, okay, let's go do that. And these Republicans are all like, no, I like my gardener. I like my fucking chauffeur who happens to be from Mexico. No, this is just all bullshit we tell the marks. We don't really want to shut down the border. And I think that's the thing with Trump, is that Trump buys in to all this horseshit. And so he goes and he tells everybody, oh yeah, let's shut down the border. When in reality, I think if you were to look at the payroll for most of Trump's, like Mar-a-Lago and all that bullshit, all those people are illegal immigrants.
Well, yeah, but he has been a bigot as long as he's...
Oh, yeah. I
personally think that a lot of the people he has left are all ones that were cultivated through the Celebrity Apprentice thing.
Yes.
That's why they stay for the long haul, because they watch 6-7 seasons of that show, and they're convinced
It wants 6-7 seasons of that.
He knows everything, and he's the boss man,
Yeah.
And they've all bought that angle of it, and I think they're the only ones he really has left.
Well, one of the things I think is and I talked about this on the political show this week because I just find this absolutely hilarious. He did this thing a couple weeks ago where he's got this, I don't know what it is, this weird civil trial that they've got in New York where they're suing his business or whatever the hell. And he does this thing every day where he will go outside of the courthouse and he'll hold these, like, I don't know if they're press conferences or if he's just out there cutting wrestling promos. I don't know what it is, but he goes out there and he starts talking about how, I can't campaign because they're keeping me here. When in reality, nobody's told him he has to be at these trials. And he does all this stuff. And he does these long, drawn-out, diatribes about, I can't campaign because they're keeping me here. And so he did this one, in particularly, on a Thursday. He comes out on a Thursday and he's like, I had all these events I had to cancel over the weekend, and I can't go campaign, and they're messing with my campaign, and they're trying to ruin me bringing back America. All the dog and pony show, all the stuff that he says. And then some reporter asks him, they said, hey, are you going to be here on Friday? Because obviously he's just told everybody for like 20 minutes that he has to be there every day. Oh, my God, they're ruining his campaign. He looks at this reporter, and he goes, no, I won't be here tomorrow. I got a golf tournament. Then he takes off.
Well, the Republicans don't care if they don't.
I'm like, you just spent 25 minutes.
Online, the idea of hypocrisy, it's obsolete now, thanks to them, because they just don't value being consistent from 1 minute to the next.
I just find it so hilarious that all these... And it's just it's just so funny when they do all the various things. So I was terribly entertained by that song.
And there's another one you'd probably like called "The Swamp Is You."
The swamp is you. You know what is so funny about all this stuff where he talks about the swamp and all these things. And it's like, dude, you're part of the problem. One of the things...
You brought the biggest swamp in other words.
Well, one of the things that, like I was saying earlier, all these Democrats, they just are so mad at Trump. And I'm like, you guys do realize that he paid for Chelsea Clinton's wedding. He was a Democrat, and then he realized, well, they have a Democrat, so I'll just run as a Republican. And then at some point, I think he realized, all these Republicans are kind of dumb. I can take advantage of all this. And now it's just gotten out of control. And so...
His supporters were not in the smart classes in high school.
No. So let's do this. We've got Negative Tendencies with us today. We're going to go to their next track that we're going to play here. It is called The Man Who Hugged the Flag. I've got to play this. Tell me about this song, and then we're going to go to it, my friend.
Well, I kept seeing these images of him using videos to represent simple things to simple people.
Okay.
One of them was him hugging the flag. One of them was holding the Bible up.
Oh, yeah, holding the Bible and then having that stern look on his face.
And I thought, I need to make a song about that. And it kind of wrote itself. I wrote some lyrics up, and then I kept hearing this Rolling Stones, this riff running through it. And by the way, our guitarist, Weapon X, he played a really great futuristic solo on it. It was it's one of his better ones.
That is awesome. Well, we're going to do this. We're going to put you on a brief hold. We are going to go to The Man Who Hugged the Flag. This has got to be a great tune. And we got more coming up on the...
There was one republic that presumed to get it right. Took care of all free countries that were decent in their mind. A peaceful change of power was a given in that day. The people voted for a man who take it all away. Was he born to bring destruction to democracy indeed? A gathering of patriots, but he would not succeed. He held a Bible up as he lied with every breath, conniving from his ass. His inept plans had such depth. The man who hugged the flag, he wasn't on our team. The man came by his bedside, formulating power dreams. We witnessed his dementia every day on cable news. His big lie was just golden to the ones that be confused. The meadows all around him became part of his affair. Started almost innocent, how did they end up there? Selling out their honor for a bigger taste of him. The vows of such corruption only started as a win. Man who held the flag, but the country was himself. Our secrets were property, kept them on the shelf. Grifted all his true believers in and out the door. And every single moment we knew who he was at war. Manipulate the Constitution till it's just a sin. Now the hope is dark for all the laws by which we live. Truth became subjective when the crosses did their best. Those who saw these clearly will begin to lose their way. Good people left to doubt will ever see the end of it. Everyone's still talking about the man who hugged the flag. The Pied Piper they'll follow even after he got snagged. Patronized those people, saw dictators as his friends, and the hell he brought America. My God, it never ends.
That is the man who hugged the flag. Negative Tendencies with us today. They join us live here on our big broadcast, coast to coast, border to border on iHeart Radio today. You can also find us each and every day over there at JiggyJaguar.com. And this interview will be up on the Mike Online magazine, which I believe, who knows how the hell you find that anymore? But we are going to put it also on KJAGRadio.com as well, and it will also be on BitChute, Rumble, Clout Hub, and YouTube, and of course, maybe, just maybe, depending on how they feel about it that day, the Facebook. So, Negative Tendencies with us today. So, as we wrap up here with you, how do we get in touch with you guys online and everywhere else?
Well, you could write us from our Bandcamp page, which, by the way, has the album with those 2 songs on it, which is called Partisan. But I want to emphasize that our best songs aren't political. I mean, we have songs that approach the best days of the Beatles, Stones, and Who that have nothing to do with politics. It's just something, because of our shared interest in politics, we decided to go down that route. There's plenty of political songs, one about Kavanaugh, one that's really very popular, one called Lights Out for the GOP. But
well,
I hope you get a chance to play some of our non-political songs too, like Wild Tomorrow and The Missing Link, because those are both, in my opinion, and in the opinion of some other people, the best songs that have been released in the last 10 years. So.
Well, I seen that you have a song on there called You're an Asshole. What in the world is that?
That's actually the first song I ever wrote on guitar. And it was about a girlfriend I was about to throw out of our beach house.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But it turned out to be all purpose, because it applies to anybody who you dislike and you just know are trouble. The thing about it was, if you remember MP3.com,
yes,
they used to have these greeting cards that you would send out with a song from MP3.com on it.
Yes.
And at the time, when I was a solo artist called Father Time, the song You're an Asshole was the #1 song for greeting cards, because people would send it out.
That's awesome. That's great. That's great. Well, you guys are amazing. Thank you for making as much time as you did for us today. I look forward to chatting with you soon.
You're doing a great thing for indies here.
Yes, that's what we try to do, man. And I'll tell you, I have, what I always think is interesting is we'll have artists like you guys on, where you guys have got really good music, you know what you're doing, you're marketing your stuff, and then I'll have these artists on who, like, we had a rapper guy that was on with us a couple weeks ago, and his PR people had got a hold of me, and they're like, hey, I want you to interview, whatever his name was, and I go to get a hold of the guy. And they're like, it's all set up. It's all good to go. Just get a hold of the guy. So I get a hold of the guy. And the guy has no clue that he's supposed to do a radio interview. And then I told him, I was like, well, we're supposed to go on here in like 5 minutes because we're in the middle of a commercial break. And I'm like, what are we going to do? And he's like, well, I don't know. And I said, why don't we do this? I think you've probably been, I probably caught you on a bad day. Let's reschedule, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, I'm having a great day, nuggle, with all this stuff. And then he finally just hangs up on me. And so I get a hold of his people, and I said, I don't know what the hell that was. And then the guy proceeds to start texting me. And he's texting me all sorts of nasty, hateful things. And I'm like, dude, I'm doing you the favor.
Musicians.
So, I'm glad that you guys know what the hell's going on, and you guys put out some good stuff, and it all works. So, you guys are amazing. So,
I'm glad you liked it. One more plug.
Yes.
Especially since you're into indie music.
Yes.
I co-founded a music site which has over 30,000 artists on it called indiemusicpeople.com.
That's awesome.
And
That's awesome.
It's been championed by Pete Townsend and other major acts. So check it out.
Well, hey, if you have the ability to get a hold of some of those artists or want to recommend artists, I would love to do something where, like, maybe once a week we interview one of these people off that site. If you want to set that up, shoot me an email and we'll work it out, because
Okay,
I think that would be a cool idea.
I know some absolutely phenomenal artists who will never see the light of day other than somebody like you playing them.
Well, send me an email. We'll work something out. We'll we'll basically get a schedule figured out. And get with me, and we'll get it all figured out. But thanks for making some time for us today. This was fantastic.
Yeah, thanks. It was fun, and I'm glad you liked the songs mainly.
Definitely. Well, we will talk to you soon. That was Negative Tendencies. Have yourself a wonderful day, my friend.
Yeah, you too.
Appreciate it, brother. And Negative Tendencies with us today here on our big program. They are, according to their email, the best indie band this side of the universe. I think that is awesome. So we are going to do this. It is hour number 2 coming up here in a few moments. So we are going to go to it, and we will take a break. And when we come back, we have got more coming up. It is the big broadcast.